Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is, Raiders versus the world. Talk about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. So we're in the midst of Charger week, okay? Week 2 at home, Monday night. It's going to be a good one. Now, out of the AFC teams that won last week, I think the Raiders and the Chargers were two of the best looking. I think they played the best. They had a good complement of offense and defense. And ultimately, things are looking tough in the AFC West. Regardless of the records, you can really throw those out the window when it comes to the AFC West. They're always pretty solid matchups. Now, some of them can turn into blowouts late, but normally early in the game, they're really tight. That's one thing that we need to focus on as a team is keep pace with the high-powered offense of the Chargers. And if we can, get a lead early, make them one-dimensional, and we can take it over from there. We're going to get into a lot of that stuff. We're going to get to Pete Carroll's thoughts, Ashton Genty's thoughts, and Gino Smith's thoughts. But before we do, I want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free. And it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel, besides doing nothing, just watching the video. Also, we have the Shield Society, okay? It's a membership. It's $5 a month. You get the videos right away, okay? But also, the big thing is you get the watch party with me. If you ever wanted to voice your opinion in a game or give your analysis or just a comment or just say what's up, you can do that with the Shield Society. You can be on screen, talk to the boys, and the best thing is it's just us. It's private. No one else is going to see it. If you can swing it and you want to do it, great. It's only $5. If not, or you can't, that's fine too. You still get this free content every single day. All right, enough of that talk. Let's get to Pete Carroll.
What do you got?
Your history with Jim has been a fun rivalry to watch, but it's always been respectful. I'm not trying to make it into anything that's not. But what's your fondest memory of this rivalry with Jim Harbaugh?
I remember Jim. No, I don't. I have no fond memories. I'm not going to go there. They're good. There's great games. They've been great games. That's all.
He said that
been a bunch of them.
you guys in a different life could have been great teammates. When he says something like that, what is that?
Well, I think that would come from the, he's seen my game. And so he would like me to help him win, if I could. And so he'd like us to play together, I guess. But one thing we would certainly see eye to eye on is about competing. He's always been a great competitor, and he battled through so much in his playing days and in his coaching days as well. So I appreciate him saying that because I'd like to play with him too.
He said that you're not on each other's Christmas, or he's not on your Christmas card list. Do you expect a birthday card from him then?
Well, I'm surprised he would say that because he sends me a birthday card every year. So I don't know what to tell you.
Pete, after having a few days off, just how is the Landon Roberts doing with the sprained elbow? Is there?
He's not looking at this game like he can't play, and just like Brock, they're not looking like that at all. They think they're playing. So we'll see what happens. They got to practice through the week and make it through it. But just in the walkthroughs and all already, they look fine.
Do you expect them to practice?
They're going to do what we ask them to do. They've already got through the walkthroughs and done that. We're going to take them day by day, and I would expect before the week's over they would.
When you reviewed the film, was there anything that surprised you in a positive sense that maybe was even better than you thought?
Yeah, I was really fired up about the consistency in our effort chasing the football and defense. I thought that all the way through the game, the guys were really on it. The hitting was there. Our tackling was sharp. Guys knocking the piles back. All of that, just the effort that they brought, I was really fired up about. We'd only played probably 8 or 9 snaps at any one time, in a game, so you can't tell. And so you get 40 and 50 plays in the game, and they're still going. D linemen are chasing the screens and all that stuff out on the perimeter. That's what we hope to see, and so we're really pleased about that.
How surprising was it that it was week 1 and there wasn't very many missed tackles?
Well, we've been working really hard at it. I'm not surprised by it. I'm thrilled. I'll go the other way, I'm on the positive end of it. Yeah, that was a really good start, and particularly in the perimeter. And the DBs did a really nice job of cleaning things up. And we were aggressively attacking our opportunities. We weren't just getting the guys on the ground. We went after it really, really cool. On the sidelines, there was a bunch of really good hits and all.
You got such a veteran group of linebackers. How much do those guys does that group instill what you want to be about on?
Yeah, I mean, since this came together and we saw the guys that we were able to put together, I've been really excited to see them eventually play together and show us what they could do, because they're all tough guys and they all have an attitude about making things happen. They attack very well. From Jamal and all across the board, those guys are all looking to make a play, and they're coming downhill. So if we can, continue to hit the line of scrimmage right and give them a chance to do that, then it's going to be a force in our defense if we're able to keep that going.
Everybody knows what Ashton can do with the ball, but how impressed were you with his blitz pickup and his understanding?
He did really well. He really did. He did really well. We were really pleased about that, and noticed it early in the game when he had a couple of chances. And that's all he's shown us. He hasn't shown us anything but that, but you still got to do it. And he came through just fine.
You've always embraced opportunities, and it feels like this is an opportunity, this game on Monday night, national TV, for you to connect with your fans, the team to connect with your fans. What kind of an atmosphere do you expect and you want to see? Would you like to see?
Well, Monday Night Football has been something big to all of us for all the time we've been around. And talked to the team about that today. Some of our guys and our little kids were dreaming about playing on Monday night, so it is a big deal. We have to handle it really well. If you look at our days in Seattle, we've done pretty well on Monday night, and expect to continue to find that consistency that you need in that situation, and not let everything get to your head and take you out of your game. So it's a really big deal to have this opportunity for us, because we have a couple other primetime games coming up later on in the schedule, and I want our guys to really embrace those opportunities.
As somebody who coached in a stadium that had such a home field advantage, what's your anticipation for what you're going to get at Allegiant Stadium?
I think it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to hear the group get after it. And this is our first chance to really get in front of them. I don't know how many fans they bring, but I know ours are going to go crazy and be loud, and really looking forward to it. And I hope that we play well enough to keep them, going throughout the whole 4 quarters.
Watching the Week 1 film, what were some things about Justin Herbert that really impressed you, and how much of the challenge is that for your defense?
Yeah, he is such a factor that they really played to him. They give him the opportunity in a lot of situations to not just throw the football, but to do his RPOs and get out of the pocket and take off scrambling. There was a play late in the game when they had a chance to ice it in a 4-minute situation, and he takes off. It's like 3rd and 13 or something like that. He takes off and makes like 20, and it looked like they knew exactly what they were trying to do. It was a drop back pass, but he took off, and he's got great skills to really make it difficult on the defense. A normal play can be played, defended, rushed well, and all that, and then something else happens, whether he's scrambling to throw it or scrambling to run it, and that factor is the most difficult factor in football to control. And so that's why they've been successful, and they have a great chance to continue that.
When you looked at your team and looked at the adjustments, all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams, coaching, there were adjustments, there was talking, calming guys down. How proud of you were you of your staff?
Yeah, we did adjust well at halftime. The games turned. You saw us come right back out after not really working as well as we like to on offense. We went right down the field again to get it started. Defense responded, 5 or 6 times in a row to keep them from scoring, and the momentum that was there to be had was really, I think, captured by our guys. So I was really excited about that, and that did have to do with what Chip did and what Patrick did and Tommy. So everybody was on it, and we communicated really well, and the guys responded. The communication is one thing for us to know what to do, but we have to get the point across to the fellas, and that took place. So that was really encouraging, and that's why it was such a positive first opportunity for us. It wasn't just about the score or winning the game. It was about all of the things that we're going to need to draw on as we go forward.
We know that Ashton had that blitz pickup, and that you scored a touchdown, but how focused is he in this game in terms of picking up more yardage in the rushing game?
I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I think he just wants to do his job. I would be really surprised if that would be his point of emphasis. He seems to be right in it. He'll take advantage of the opportunities. There's things he could have done better. I know that's what he wants to do. He wants to make sure he maximizes the opportunities of the reads that he gets in the running game, and we might have missed a couple of those. I thought because he was just a little jacked up and just wasn't patient as he normally will be. So we'll see how that goes.
You talked this offseason and training camp about Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer. How important is it for those types of guys to get rewarded with performance?
Yeah, I think, it's good for them to get rewarded, but they've been doing it. And so it's just reassuring for them. I think that, okay, this is my role, this is my opportunity. I have a chance to really factor into the results of our games. And both guys had terrific plays that made a difference in the game. And so I'm thrilled for both those guys. It's great to have Trey's this extraordinary speed that he has show up, and it was so obvious. The great route he ran on the sidelines, 20-yard comeback, was a beautiful play. And Mike had a number of stellar plays. So it's really good for their confidence. Yeah, I'm thrilled for them because they've worked so hard and they've been with us every step of the way. And then to actually show up on game day and it really made a difference. It was great.
Going back to the Chargers, looking at their offensive line, what stood out to you about the way they handled the blitz from the Chiefs in that game?
They worked really hard at it. I thought Alt was really good. For moving over to the other side, we kind of maybe hopefully would have a little adjustment time in there, but he jumped right at it and did a nice job. They're communicating well. both teams had some good fortune pressuring, though, on both sides. So, but it is a newer group, the new right tackle and all that. They'll get way better. So hopefully it takes them a couple weeks to do that.
Along those same lines, they were much more pass-centric than a typical Greg Roman attack, it looked like. I mean, do you think that was a matchup-based thing, or is that maybe a change in?
I think it's a total mirage.
You guys all set? Great. Thanks, Coach.
Well, one thing for sure is there is literally zero love lost between Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh. He's joking, but he's serious at the same time. They're not on each other's, birthday list or Christmas card list or any of that nonsense. These guys want to beat each other badly, okay? This is something that's personal. From way back from Stanford and USC, all that stuff, it's real. These guys don't forget. This is real. All those times that the Seahawks knocked the Niners, I'm telling you, this is something that has been brewing throughout the years. It just didn't stop. They were in college in the same conference, then they go to the pros and they're in the same division. This is something that is going to be very sweet for one and extremely bitter for the other. Regardless of how the game is played, the win and the loss personally is going to be huge for either Pete Carroll or Jim Harbaugh. A couple things to take away from this. Elandon Roberts and Brock Bowers seem to be ready to go. Reading between the lines, like you have to do with Pete Carroll sometimes, they did what they were asked to do. So that means they didn't practice fully, because if they practiced fully, he would have just said they practiced fully. So they were limited in practice, if not just doing walkthroughs on the side. But they have the extra day. They want to make sure those guys are healthy. Those are important starters on the team, offensively and defensively. So if you want to get those guys a little extra rest because you have the time to do so, I say go ahead and do it. These guys all know how to hit. They all know how to, fight through contact and make plays. So having them be on the field taking hits like that is not imperative for them to be at practice. They can still do walkthroughs and learn just as much about the game plan. So I'm not too worried about that. The other thing that I'm really excited about, and I hope that they ask Ashton Genty about this in his press conference, is the pass protection by Ashton Genty. That was one of the things that was a big point of contention coming out of Boise State. Can Ashton Genty be a good pass protector to be a 3-down back? Because he's a little bit smaller in stature. He's only about 5'10", 5'9", something like that. But he's really stout. And I broke down a video of Ashton Genty, and I showed he can pass protect if he does it the right way. He has to have really good technique to be able to do it because he is a little bit smaller. But he did a great job in pass protection, picking up the blitzes. And I think it's going to be something that's going to be really good for him because he's going to be able to stay on the field for longer in drives. All right, up next is Gino Smith. Now, Gino Smith and the Raiders went in last week as 2.5-point dogs. Now they're 3.5-point home dogs to the Chargers. And for the best odds and the best returns, go to my new partners, MyBookie. MyBookie is who I use to place my bets. It's great. They have all kinds of games. They have casino games on there as well. And if you join with the promo code SOTO, SOTO, my last name, you also get up to $500 in bonus bets. Now, what is that? So when you sign up and you put at least $50 into your account, MyBookie will match it up to $500. Now, you can use that to bet instead of your own real money. And if you win actual real money. If you lose, it's the bonus bets. You don't have to worry about it. You still have your own money. So it's a great deal, and it's available to you when you use the code SOTO, S-O-T-O. That's the promo code. Make sure you use that with MyBookie. Also, make sure that's available in your area and that you're 21 and over. Also, if you have a problem, if you're doing it a little bit too much, maybe you should get some help. All right, enough of that. Let's get to Gino Smith. Sending a sext or something? What's he doing?
Good afternoon. Coach Pete Carroll said, you were dealing with some hamstring tightness a little bit in the second half. How's the hamstring feeling now? Feeling a lot better. Should be good to go.
When you look at the job Ashton did, okay, so maybe he didn't have a lot of yards. They were selling out to stop the run. But you look at his blocking and all the other little things he did that don't show up on the stats. How proud are you of him with him being a rookie?
Yeah, I thought Ashton did a great job, for his first full game, 60 minutes of action. Obviously did a lot of great things, had a lot of great runs throughout the game. And I think, for him, as he continues to grow and continues to learn, he's just got to continue to get better from each experience, the good and the bad one. So I thought he did a great job, really happy with him, but that's behind us. We got to get focused.
What stood out to you most about watching them beat the Chiefs on the film?
I mean, I was just watching their defense, but, I feel like their defense, they got, really good guys up front. Starts with Khalil, and then they got Thule, who's been doing a great job. I think their two guys inside are really stout versus the run and the pass. I think Deion is playing great as of late. I know he started the end of last year, and he's really carried that over into this year. Denzel, always, been a great player. Know him from when I played with the Chargers, as well as Derwin. He's the spearhead of their defense. They're going to move him around, put him in positions to be successful. They got great guys on the back end. Got a vet with Dante Jackson. Then they got a younger guy who's been playing really, really well with Tarheeb Steele. Two veteran safeties. They got rotational guys, Bud Dupree, a lot of guys that can step in and make plays. So we just got to be on top of what they're doing and make sure that we go out there and execute.
I know every game is important, and wherever and whenever you have to play them, you play them. But it is Monday Night Football, and you seem like somebody that embraces stages and challenges. Is there a little bit more to a Monday night game? And
no, that's another game. Football's football, no matter where you play, no matter when you play. I take it personal, no matter where it is. It's just another game, and to me, if you let those things affect you, then you're not in the right mind state. So I like to remain focused and stay solid.
Jacoby's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL, and you and him have built a really good rapport. What is it from a quarterback standpoint that makes him so special?
I think it's the fact that he played quarterback. He's very QB friendly. He understands the game. He knows where to be, when to be there. He's got great hands, as you can see. Very good after the catch. Really impressive in that area. And I think that the most impressive thing is just how humble he is and how much of a team player he is, and how much he wants the other guys around him to be great. I think that's something that is special and is rare in that position room. And so we got a lot of great guys, but I enjoy playing with Jacoby. I think he's one of the best.
Gino, you just said that from the player perspective, it's just another game. But when you look at the coaches and the rivalry there, have you ever seen a rivalry like between Coach Carroll and Pete between Pete and Jim Harbaugh?
No, I mean, it's definitely, you think about college, professional, their days in Seattle and San Fran, they both built great teams and had to go through one another to get to the Super Bowl. And, I watched those games, a lot of those games. They were very impressive games to watch. And, when you talk to Coach, man, again, every opportunity is a championship opportunity. And so whatever he feels with that rivalry, that's on him. But I'm focused on the game and going out there and executing and making the right reads.
What's it like for you to be able to have as many weapons as you do, be able to spread the ball around like you did on Sunday?
Somebody told me we had no weapons, so it's just kind of like,
wasn't me.
What is it? I think we got some of the best guys in the league, and as long as I make the right decisions and spread the ball around and set my feet and get the ball out, those guys will make plays, as we've seen. And so it gives me great confidence knowing that those guys can do that, and it really, I put the pressure on myself to make sure I'm out there making the right reads and the right throws and getting the ball in their hands.
Along those lines, a lot of work went in between you and Michael Mayer, you and Trey Tucker, to get it to where it needs to be. How good did it feel that it came to fruition on Sunday? And
it felt good, but that's just one game. Like I said, man, we got 16 more of these things that we got to go out there and take care of, and we got to continue to grow throughout the season. There's a lot of great things that we did, but I think we all can agree that we left a lot of yards out there and maybe some points as well. And so those are the things I'm focused on, is how can we improve on those things so that we can go out there and fully execute throughout the entire game, so we can see exactly what we can be. That's really important to me. But Mike and Trey have done a great job. Extremely hard-working guys. They're always prepared. And I enjoy going to work with these guys because they work extremely hard. They want to get better, and we're all eager to learn. So we're in it together. We're getting better, and it's going to be good.
What did you think about that catch that Dante Thornton had on that 3rd and 20 from you?
That was sweet. We've been setting that up. Trying to find the right time in the game to get to that. We felt like Carlton was playing a little bit aggressive on those end cuts, and so we found the perfect time. What other time than 3rd and 20 with the game on the line? Could have made a better throw. I think he would have scored if I could have set my feet and got it out there for him. But he came back and made a great catch, and it was great to see him do that because he's a guy that, again, we're going to continue to try and count on and put him in positions to make those plays as well.
Chip Kelly has a very intricate offense, and you just seem to be right at home and comfortable with it. What is it about Chip that you and him have built such a great relationship?
Yeah, I think it's all the time we spend together, all the time in the meeting rooms, just hearing his voice and directly from him exactly what he wants to get accomplished with each and every play. I think he's when I think about Chip, man, like he's so cerebral and such a smart coach, and he's always thinking of the next thing, the next layer, to attack the defense, and that's something that I'm always doing as well. So I think we mesh in that area. We're football junkies, football nerds. He loves the game, I love the game, and I mean it's just we love being around each other. I think it's just, great synergy.
You've learned so much as a veteran quarterback versus being a young one and just getting thrown into the game. So what's the biggest thing you've learned about creating a culture with your receivers on and off the field, season and off season? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is just discipline and routine. Just the day-to-day details that you go throughout. I think when I was a young quarterback, there was a lot of things that I didn't know about preparation and how to study film and, what am I looking for? How do I build a game plan? As I got older, I began to develop more of that, and now I feel like I'm in a good place, but I want to continue to improve on that. And so having Tom around and, all the coaches that we have, all KP, having Aiden and just guys to bounce ideas off of is going to help me. But overall, man, I just think it's just an ongoing process of trying to get better and trying to find a way to be better each and every day.
Thank you, guys. One of my favorite things that I heard from Gino Smith was, it's only one game. We need to get better. And that's how winners think. Yeah, we understand that we won. Okay, we understand that we did some good things. We understand that there's things we need to clean up. But we need to improve throughout the season. Good teams do that. There's a lot of good teams out there that flounder, 2-2, 2-3, even sometimes early in the season, but then they pick it up to the middle and the end of the year because they're continuing to improve and they're addressing the things that they need to improve on. With us, it was penalties, number one, and also in the running game. We need to make sure we get a better shot at the running game. Keep those lanes open for Ashton Genty to run through. Don't let Gino Smith get hit so much. Don't let him get so many clean runs at him. We can do that, hopefully indoors. Maybe that throw to Dante Thornton late was a touchdown because we're not in the rain or anything like that, but it's not going to be an easy game, okay? If it is, it's because we got very fortunate and we were, we capitalized on a lot of Charger mistakes. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. But more than likely, it's going to be a tight game. It's going to come down to execution. Who's more prepared and who executes the best? Gino Smith is level-headed, man. He wants to put his head down and work the game plan and get better because he knows when you look up, you're already like at Thanksgiving and you're in the playoff push. So he wants to make sure that he knocks a lot of these wins off early in the year when a lot of the teams are out there scrambling and they continue to get better. Speaking of getting better, Ashton Genty needs to get better in the run game. Especially in this game coming up, we need to be able to have a balanced attack. We can't just be pass heavy and expect Gino Smith to have 350-plus yards every single game. We need the running attack. We need Ashton Genty to still do what he's doing, right? The pass protection, stuff like that. But maybe slow down the pass rush with some screens and stuff like that. Ashton Genty would be really good at that, attacking with screens in open space. So let's take a listen to what Ashton Genty had to say about his first game and moving forward against the Chargers. I love that logo, man.
Being able to impact the game in more ways than one.
I take a lot of pride, especially being the 3-down back, being able to run it, catch it, and, being able to protect the quarterback in the pass game as well.
Ashton, Pete Carroll said, understandably so, you're pretty fired up on Sunday. And maybe just slow it down a little bit to be able to read and feel things a little bit more. Did you kind of sense that a little bit? And do you feel like maybe you got that under your belt and ready to do what you normally do on them?
Yeah, I don't think I was too fired up. It's football. You always going to get fired up. But I think just in terms of the game, just making reads that I've always made and just being better, honestly. I didn't play my best in the run game, and, I'll be working this week to, be better at that and be better for the guys up front.
What you did do incredibly well was the blitz pickup, which I know there were some people that had questions about coming in. Like, how much pride did you take in that, and how did you think you performed in that area?
A lot of pride. Especially in the game now, like you got to pick up those blitzes, got to protect the quarterback. If I didn't do my job on a lot of those plays, I don't feel we would have won the game. Whether it would be a guy hitting Gino or he still made throws with a guy in his face, but you want your quarterback to have a clean pocket, and it's just super important. And I think I did a good job.
Was there any good moments in the film room where people were like, look at this one, kind of get a reaction?
Yeah, they kind of. They brought both of the corners, actually, but the Carlton, he kind of, before the snap, came down. So I just went to him. Yeah, so that was a good one.
Ashton, you've always been a consummate teammate. It's just so you don't really look at your yard, you just look at the wins. But you do so many little things that don't show up on a stat sheet. Where did that commitment to the totality of the game come from with you?
I mean, it's a team sport at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, whether you win or lose, they'll highlight guys whether you played well or played bad. But at the end of the day, on the stat line, win or loss, it's the Raiders organization. It's not this guy lost, that guy won, that guy won. So everything that I do is for the team.
Your first start in the regular season, was it everything you expected?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in terms of, getting to play in the NFL, just having fun out there, being with the guys. I mean, it was a great experience, and, now it's on to the next one.
Pete says everyone grows up thinking about Monday Night Football. Other guys are saying it's just another game, but it's your first, so what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is just another game. It happens to be Monday Night Football, all eyes on us, so I'm excited for it.
The fact, though, that it's a home opener and a division game as well, does that add even a little more juice, I guess, to this one?
I mean, maybe from an outside perspective, but, inside here in this building, it's another game. Every game's a championship game for us.
All good, guys?
Yep.
Thanks, awesome.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Ashton Genty seems to get it, man. It's not about my personal performance. It's about the team win. That's what he's preaching. And I think that's really how he feels. I think he's a little bit bummed with how he performed. He wanted to perform much better than he did, being a top 10 pick and it being his first game. And he kind of said, maybe I wasn't too amped up. I just need to be better. And, that's not making any excuses and not really relying on anything like that. Pete Carroll's going to be that guy. He's going to, look for a reason why things didn't go exactly Ashton Genty's way. Ashton Genty's not about that life. He's like, look, I wasn't too pumped up. It wasn't any of that. I just need to be better. And honestly, he was very forthright. He's like, you know what? Without some of the plays that I made, picking up blitzes, maybe we don't win that game. And, he's right. If Gino Smith gets hit a couple too many times or whatever, yeah, it could have been a lot worse for the Raiders as far as that goes. Four sacks is too much already. Without Ashton Genty back there picking up blitzes, it could have been a lot worse than it was because they were coming after Gino Smith. I think Ashton Genty is going to be extra pumped up. Not only is it his first home game, not only is it on Monday Night Football, but he's going up against another first-round running back. Look, Omarion Hampton is a stud too, okay? But I really do think that Ashton Genty has a lot better skill set to be able to thrive in the NFL. And I think on Monday night, he's going to show it. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free. And it's the bare minimum you do to support the channel, besides doing nothing just watching the video. On top of that, there's a Shield Society. If you want to get the videos early, do it. If you want to get on the watch party, do it. If you want to join the watch party and be on screen and give your analysis and ask questions and do all stuff and be a part of the community of the Shield Society, do it. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm still going to give you a video every single day. But I need to ask you one thing. Please tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Raiders versus the world is the greatest, and go to Raider Nation today. All right, guys, it's my time. Till next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.